Hey guys, my name is Alexandra Valentine and welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we are going to be making this trendy jumbo pants. So if this is something you're interested in, kindly stay tuned and watch to the end of this video, and also give it a huge thumbs up. And if you're not yet subscribed, also hit on the subscribe bell as well. So my fabric now is on a fold of two, and I'm just making use of the leftover fabric I have lying around. So at the edge of this fabric now, I am going to be placing 2 inches there. That 2 inches is for the waistband, and then I'm going to be marking my hip measurement um line where my waist, my hip, and then the full length, and then the hem allowance. So the next point now to mark is my crotch measurement, and again I am placing the 2 inches on the top edge, and then I'm marking my crotch measurement divided by 2. So I'm just going to insert a picture here on how to take your crotch measurements, and then all these points now I'm going to extend in a straight line. So now that is done, I am just going to go ahead now and label these lines that I've extended. So this is going to be the crotch area, the hip line. Then this is going to be the crotch line, and then the length of the shorts, right? So right now I am going to be measuring my hip measurement divided by 4. So I'm going to be marking it there on the hip area, and then I'm going to be adding 2 inches for stitching allowance, right? And then I'm also going to impute the same measurement on the crotch line as well. Then I'll just add 2 inches for stitching allowance. Then I'll also do the same thing on the waistline as well. Then after marking this point, now I'm just going to connect the whole 3 points into a straight line like so. Okay, so to get the crotch extension, I am going to be dividing my original hip measurement divided by 4 into 4a as well. So whatever I have there is going to serve as my crotch extension. So what I have here is 2.25, and I'm marking it there. So I'm just going to use my curve ruler now to just connect it into the straight line I have on there. So now that is done, I am going to be coming on this straight line here, that's on the crotch line. I'm going to be marking 0.75 downwards from the waistline, then I'll connect it into the waistline, because the waistline of the front pants is usually different from the waistline of the back pants. The waistline of the front part is normally down, while the back part is normally up. I don't know if that makes sense. So now the next thing to do now is to transfer my measurement I have from the edge of the fabric on my side here to where the crotch extension stops, and then I'm going to mark it like that. So now that is done, I'm going to just connect it into a straight line like this all the way to the hem of the shorts. Then from that line I'm going to be taking out 1 inch, so that I will just connect it to the crotch extension. So I will just have a slight curve at that area. So the remaining of this fabric now is going to serve as our hemming allowance. So what I have here is 1.5 inches. So that's what I'm calculating, and I'm also ruling the line. So it's just going to serve as my hemming allowance. Then I'll go ahead now and cut this out. So now that is done, I'm going to be taking this front part now on a fresh folded fabric, so that we'll be able to cut out the front. So to do that now, we are going to be marking 1 inch around the crotch area. So I'm just going to be doing this 1 inch from the top to the bottom, and then when I come to the crotch extension, I'm going to mark my original crotch extension, which is 2.25, right? Then I'm going to mark 2 inches on the inner thigh line away from the front part of the short. Then I'll just connect it to meet the 2.25 inches crotch extension. Then on here on the crotch line, I'm going to be marking 1.5 inches. Then I'll connect it in a straight line. Then I am also going to connect it to meet the crotch extension of the back part. Then at the waist area, I'm going to be going up by 1 inch. Remember I said that the front waist area is different from the back waist area. The back waist area is quite higher than the front waist area. So having gone up by 1 inch, I'll just connect it into the waist part of the front shorts, okay? Then now I can go ahead now and cut this out. So before I forget, I'm just trying to make sure that there is an extra 1 inch on the side as well. Remember, this is a jumbo short, like it has elastic, so what I added on the side is just 1 inch from top to bottom. So I'll just go ahead now and just cut it out. So after that now, I am going to cut out the pocket. So this short now is going to have a pocket. So what I'm just going to do is I'm going to place my hand and just cut it round like this, okay? So I'm going to cut 4 pieces of this, and then I'm going to go ahead now with the sewing of the short. So now to attach the pocket to the short, I am going to be coming down from the waistline of the short by 1/2 inch. Then I'll mark it and then just use my scissors to notch it at that point. So this should be done on both the front and the back part. Once that is done, I'm going to separate the front piece from the back part. Then I'm going to be joining the front pieces together on the crotch area and also the back pieces together along the crotch area as well. Then after that, I am also going to open it up like this by the time I'm done joining it, and I'm going to attach my pocket on the sides. So basically you want to place one piece of, because remember we cut 4 pieces of this pocket, right? So you just take one of the 4 pieces and then you place it from starting from the notch that you gave on the side. Remember we gave it a notch, then we just place it starting from that notched area. Then you're going to stitch along it like this. Then also repeat the same thing for the front parts, because this is the back part. So I've gone to the sewing machine now to do just that, and this is what we have it looking like. So I've gone ahead to join the pockets starting from that notch point, and I've also joined the 2 pieces of both the back and the front at the crotch area. Okay, so now I'm going to be joining these 2 pieces, both the back and the front, together now. So this is what the front too is also looking like. So I'm just going to open this up and then place the front part to it, the back part to it, right side facing each other. So to join it now, I am going to be joining around the crotch area like this. So I'm just going to be placing both the aligning the crotch area of the thigh area rather of the short for both the front and the back. Then I'm just going to stitch across. Then I'm also going to join the side. Remember this fabric is right side facing each other, so what I'm just going to do is just stitch on the side, round the pocket, and then continue into the trouser as well. So that's just it. So by the time I'm done joining the tie area. This is what we have, and also joining the front and the back pockets, the front and the back pieces, and all around the pockets into the trouser again, into the shorts again. So this is what it's looking like right now. So what is left now is for us to hem the length of the trouser and then also attach the band. So I'm just going to flip this the right side now, and this is what it's looking like. You can see how beautiful and neat it is. So now we'll just go ahead now to measure around the waist. Remember I said remaining the band and then hemming of the length of the trouser, and that's all. So but before we get the band length, the band measurements, we'll have to measure around the waistline. So whatever it is we have will serve as our band length. Okay, so I'm going to just start measuring around it with my tape ruler until I get to the point where I started from. Now that is done, you can see what I have here. So whatever it is you have will be the length of your band, and then for the width it's going to be on fold, and it's going to be 2.5 inches. Remember when we were drafting the short, we removed 2 inches for band, and then I'm adding half of an inch allowance because of the steaming or the stitching allowance. Okay, so also make sure to add 1 inch to the measurement you got from around your waistline. Okay, make sure that you add 1/2 inch. If it's on fold, you add 1/2 inch for joining allowance. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do now is to stitch with 1/2 inch. The 1/2 inch I added when I was cutting the band. I'm going to stitch it with 1/2 inch, and this is what we have it looking like. Okay, so I've gone ahead to stitch it. Now for the elastic band that is going to go into this band, into the waistband, it's the measurement should be half of your waist plus 4 inches or plus 5 inches. It depends on how tight you want it to be. Then I'm going to just join the two ends together and stitch it. Now you want to also make sure that the elastic band you are using is 2 inches wide and not 1 inch wide, so that you don't have to struggle. So mine was 1 inch wide because that's what was lying around. So now I'm going to fold this band now, making sure that the part that has the joining, they are aligned. Okay, so I'm just going to fold it, and while I'm folding it, I'm going to be inserting my elastic in between the both of them. Then I'll go over to the sewing machine now, and I'll be closing up the band. Okay, so I have done that now, and this is what we have it looking like. So I've closed up the edge, so this is what it's looking like right now. So now we are going to be doing the design that the normal jumbo pant has. Then what we're going to be doing now is to just stitch 2 straight stitches on the elastic band. Now this is the reason why I said that you should use 2 inches waist, 2 inches wide elastic band, so that you don't have to struggle. So I've done the first stitch and the second stitch, and this is what it's looking like. So while you're stitching it, make sure that you're stretching the elastic as well as to fit in the band. Okay, it's a gradual process, you don't need to rush it. So this is what it's looking like right now. I am going to now join the band now to the short. So what I'm going to do is the part that has joining, I'm going to just put it at the back here, and then I'll start stitching it round the short. So I've gone ahead now to do that, and this is what it's looking like. So at the front part, I'm going to be opening in hole on the center channel, 2 holes actually, where my rope is going to pass through on the center channel. Remember we have 3 channels to this elastic band. So I've opened the holes now with my scissors, and I've also gone ahead to sew a rope, a very very long rope. So now I'm going to use my safety pin to pass this rope into the center channel from the hole I've created, and then bring it out from the other end. So this is what it is looking like at the end of the day. Then I'll also go ahead now to stitch the hem of the trouser, and that's all about the making of this short. So if you know you found this tutorial very helpful, kindly give it a thumbs up and also hit on the subscribe button to join the family. So see you guys next time. Bye.